Ahoy! Ryan Foland is back, and we are here for another edition of this week 7 AI innovation course lecture/lesson. At this point, you should understand what a business model is, why you should care. You should have good exposure, almost even memorized, how to put together a business model canvas. You know you can use Spark rockets to play around with your idea, use tweaks, and come up with a whole bunch of information that might be 80% accurate to give you a head start to help you with your ideation, your market research, your questions, your customer discovery, all of that stuff. And if we look at the business model canvas, what we're going to now do is look at the value proposition canvas, which is just two buckets. The middle one, which is the value proposition, and then the customer segments. Because there's this thing called product market fit. And most investors might ask you early on, have you gotten product market fit? Do you have product market fit? What is your product market fit? And we want you to be able to answer that. We want you to be able to understand the importance of that. And that is why we are going to share this with you. If you do want to do a deep dive, you can just Google value proposition canvas and have content for days. But this content is made specifically for you. When we look at the business model canvas, let me test my skills here. This is how you draw it. Here, here, here. Wait a minute. Yes, this, here, here, and here. So you got your value proposition, your customer segments, your channels, your relationships, the revenue, then you've got your key resources, and then your key activities, and then your partners, and then your cost. Now the value proposition is taking this bucket and this bucket, and we're bringing them over so that we're looking at them individually. So here's one, and here is the other. Whoop. I want to make sure to get that so it's perfect. Okay. This is technically the value prop. And remember, the flip side of that, we'd like to know it's the problem that you're solving. Over here, this is your customer segments. The value proposition is that we want to make sure that the value that we're providing is exactly what our customers need. I'll say that again. Your product market fit means that what your product is, whether it's a service, a technology, or a product, should match what your customers want. But how do you find that out? It's a great question. And it's within these boxes. So what we're going to do is we're going to split these boxes up into 3 different parts. Okay? Again, value proposition, and then your customer segments. And you're going to write down on the customer segments, pains, woo, gains, and jobs to be done, which we're just going to put jobs. If you haven't heard of the jobs to be done theory and you're interested, you should go watch some videos on it. I am fascinated by it. The short is I do not purchase this pen. I hire this pen to do a job for me. I did not buy this dongle. I hired this dongle to do a job for me. The theory argues that people don't want products and services and technology. They want jobs to be done. They want things that they need to do. They want that job to be done. And when you think about the job that the customer wants done, it can really help you understand how to frame what your product, service, or technology what it does, the job that it solves. Now, I get so excited about the jobs to be done theory, but there's one element I want to remind you of or share with you. There's the job that the pen does, but there's also the job that I have to do to make sure that I maintain the pen to do its job. This pen, I hired it to write, and so I just drew a stick figure. Now, my job, the job I have to do as a customer, is I have to put the cap back onto the pen. If I do not do my job of maintenance and I don't put the pen back how it should be, or I don't put oil in my car, then it's not going to do its job properly. So it's an interesting concept. Your product does a job, but what is the maintenance that they have to do to keep it actually working functionally? Could be having the latest updated software. It could be a number of things. I digress. Pains, gains, and jobs to be done. So what you're going to do is you are going to do two things, maybe three things. You're going to make a list. What is your best guess at what the pains of your customers are? You should also talk to your customers and ask them, what are the pains that you have? And the third thing I was thinking, you could use Spark Rocket or you could use ChatGPT or ZotGPT or anything and do some actual research and like try to see what the pains, what the data says the pains are, or what the research says the pains are. Once you've gotten this all situated, then, and you've done a lot of customer research, you could then go and think and compare and say, well, this is a really big pain, this is a really big pain, and this is a really big pain. Maybe in your research, in your customer discovery, and in your heart of hearts, you've sort of decided on what the biggest pain points are. Because look, you can't solve them all. Some are less than others. Then you think to yourself, what are the gains that people want? So taking my pen, for example, I want it to write nice and consistently. I don't want it to bleed through the paperwork. I want it to be a certain rational size. I want it to last a certain amount of time. And so again, think to yourself, what are the gains that you think people are going to get using your product or service or technology? Then go out there and ask people and say, what is it that you want from your pen? Okay. This is not a gold pen. This is not a designer pen. But there are some people who there's a lot of weight to the pen that they have and they buy, and they're signing and selling deals, and pens can be very expensive. Pens can be very cheap. There are different opinions on the gains needed from a pen based on your customer segments. This is why you're not asking anybody in general or everybody. You're asking people that you've identified already, and you're understanding their pains, their gains, and the jobs that they need done. So again, you would think to yourself, you would ask customers, and then use AI to do a little research, or just do some good old-fashioned research. Go to the library. We also have an entrepreneurial librarian who's giving a guest lecture soon, so watch out for her, Sarah Hyman. She is amazing. Let me step back. We took the business model canvas right over here, and we took the value proposition bucket and the customer segments bucket, and we've broken them into two. And what we do is we've broken each bucket into three buckets. The pains that your customer has, the gains that your customer wants to have, and the jobs that they need done. What are the jobs that they need done? What does your technology do that goes to work for them? You do research, you do customer discovery, and then you basically make your bets and you say, my flag is planted. Oh, maybe this is better as a little flag. My flag is planted. My flag is planted as far as what you guess. You have a hypothesis, and then you experiment and you evaluate the data and you lock in those flags. Then we go over to our value proposition. And we say, what are the features? What are the features that relieve the pain? What are the benefits? What are the benefits that create the gains? And what are the jobs that your product, your solution does? And then here's where the magic comes. If the pain is that I don't want this to run out of ink, then one of the features that you might highlight is that this pen lasts for a very, very long time. If one of the pains is that, I don't know, it's doesn't bleed through the paper, then over here on the features, this pen doesn't bleed through the paper. The gains that they want to have, you position them as the benefits that you provide. The job that your product does, you connect it with the job that they want done. And where this is so important, not only for the business track, but in particular for the productivity track, is that you are going to take your job function, the role that you sought after, and you have the job duties. And you're going to look at that position as that person, as that employee, which will be you when you get hired at SpaceX or at wherever you want to get hired or OpenAI. What are the pains of that position? What are the gains that you want to achieve out of that position? And what are the jobs that you're supposed to get done? And then you think about the features of the AI tools that you are choosing to use and the prompts that you're making as the antidote for the pain. And you're looking at the benefits of your prompts and your approach and your strategy using AI in the job to get those gains. And how does your approach of productivity using these different tools and these different prompts and this different process, how does that get the job done? That is the essence of what this value proposition canvas is. The customers have pains, they have gains that they want to make, and they have jobs they need to get done. Well, it just so happens that my product, service, or technology will address those pains, will help you get those gains. And the job you want done, we can do it. And if you notice, this is communicating your idea at the end of the day. Using frameworks and structures and understanding your business model, understanding the 9 components that you should be ready to defend is going to help you to find clarity when you talk with customers about what they want. And when you can find out what they want, find out what their pains are, find out what they need, and you match it to what you're offering, it makes things match. It makes people see that you can solve their problem. It makes people see that when they invest or buy your product, they get the job done that they need, and it's not just some solution looking for a problem. Not a solution looking for a problem, but something that has a product market fit. And when you have a product market fit, everything else matters, and you can continue to move on and share with people. This is a problem we're solving. I know where the people are. I know how to connect with them. I know how to keep them. I know how much I'm charging them. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to have. I know the partners that I'm going to work with, and I know how much it costs. And you are now equipped to do that. With Spark Rockets, you can accelerate that. And with AI, you can try it and test it and tweak it. But it doesn't change the fact that you have to talk to customers, that you have to reach outside, because you got to build something that people want. And they want to get rid of their pain. They want to have gains, and they want the job to get done. That's why they're paying you. And this is why this is an awesome exercise for the productivity track, because the product market fit is exactly what you're trying to do when you're going to be in the interview, sharing with the interviewer that you're familiar with the business model canvas, where this role fits in, and the product market fit of this position with you. And guess what? Pains, gains, jobs to be done. You know exactly how to solve that using AI. And this is all part of your elevator pitch. It's It's all part of your 5-minute pitch, and it's a big part of your demo. So, I said so again. That's all that you need. Happy week 7. You are almost there. Don't forget to make it to our mixer because week 8 is going to be a big party at the center instead of class. So make sure that you're there. Let us know if you have any questions. We're so proud of you for making it this far. We know this isn't easy. Hopefully you're finding the fun in it, and we'll see you soon.